pull up either that or the present.
See, what that'll do is give you a chance to get a few more people in here as well, and
Mhm.
you all, like Carney, is going to gain some. What being he's spending time with me, he gets to share some of those watch hours as well to grow his channel. So it is a nice thing to do, and sometimes it splits up the chat and the people. That's kind of the bummer part a little bit, but most people get it. And if they want to jump ship and be in a different, they can do all that
You
too. You got
know
choices.
what's nice is it shares the audience because, like, I tell my viewers, go ahead and check out these guys.
Yeah,
Go over there, share the love, give them the like and everything. So
yeah, and you're here on it, sharing that. And I appreciate you doing that. It helps. Just having different people up here and grows a community and resources and knowledgeable things sometimes that we think we know that we can share with each other. Like we just learned some stuff about broadcasting,
Yeah, we
little
did.
things that can help.
good morning, Kitty. How are you doing out there?
So I'll try that in just a little bit. I'm driving. That's really cool. Yeah, you got to be in the panel to share. You got to be in the show to share. Just making sure you knew that, Rob. And I might be misunderstanding what you're saying too. But you're welcome to join the show. He did threaten to do that one time with me. So when I get time, I ain't got that workload going. These are weekdays we're doing this morning. Weekdays. Most people are working this time.
Yep.
A good chunk of you are.
I used to be.
Kitty, how you doing? Good to meet you yesterday. I think it was.
Yeah.
I give you a wrench if you're in here. I don't know which stream you're in. You're probably in Carney's, I'm guessing.
That one.
She looks like she has a wrench.
Yeah, she already died. Yeah, she's been here before then when you weren't here, I think. That's why.
So new landscaper stopped by.
Oh,
Asked me if I wanted the lawn done, and I said, "Can you do it for under $100 a month?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Good." I was like, "When I pay the balance on the last guy and get rid of him, I'll call you." That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, you don't have a big yard either, do you? You just got little details you got to probably take care of as the most pain, huh?
I'm guessing it's 75 by 150.
Yeah, but you Florida folks charge astronomical amounts for little square footage.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I want at least 35 a cut if it's a regular size yard, if not more. I mean, that's what I used to charge when I did it. It could be up to like $40 or $50 a cut now. I was paying this last guy $100 a month. I said, "Come twice a month. Cut it every 2 weeks."
When I when I broke my leg, I hired a guy to come mow my lawn. $200 to mow my lawn.
You got a lot of lawn, Mr. Mac.
Yeah, farm.
Yeah.
It's not that much. I mean,
2.5 acres.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how much grass I got. I've got land that you can't even walk through.
But his grass is all clear, smooth surface. So you just get out there on like a zero turn and you're zipping, man. You're done in no time.
Yeah, no rocks or nothing on my place. Hell, I can knock that thing out. I got, I think, 24 horsepower Kohler on my little mower, and I run it up in 6th gear, and I can do the whole thing pretty fast. Couple 2 hours, I can do the whole thing.
Nice.
Good morning, Waylon. Welcome on in.
Hey, what's up, Warren?
I used to cut
Warland.
100 lawns a week when I lived in Jersey. Used to cut
I need glasses.
25 a day, if not more. 25 a day, and then and then that's if you didn't have a rain day. Usually we'd cut through the day. We'd cut through the rain, and just if it depended on how hard it was, and they take longer to do in the rain, but you got to blow them off a lot and get all the clumps out and pretty them up, if not pretty them up a lot because the rain messes everything up.
Yeah. It's Warlin, not Waylon. Did you hear me call him Waylon earlier? And I heard you correct me. Thank you so much for doing that so politely.
That was very polite.
I know, man. Sorry about that. It's I do my best at glances. I'm like, I need my readers too. But Waylon's not the worst thing to get mistaken for, is it?
Yeah, that's a
Maybe.
fact.
I thought he's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah.
Wannabe. Good morning, wannabe.
Hi, Jess. Is Robert in? How's Robert doing?
Okay, so y'all remember Arm James? He's been on here a few times. We were
Yeah.
talking about channels that were like disappearing, and there's another one, Motor. What's his name?
Ramblins?
Yeah, say it again.
Motor Ramblins?
No,
No.
Noggin.
Mo-
Moto Noggin.
Okay.
You remember him a little bit?
Yeah,
He's been here and so disappeared, apparently. Now I haven't checked that one personally, but I have done Arm James. Remember, he used to do all the like janitorial cleanup videos and stuff like that, and shorts. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And he's been on our live like about 3-4 times.
Yes.
Gone. There's
Gone.
no way to get a hold of him, no way to check up on him, see how he's doing.
Really?
Just gone. Yeah. That's
63.
weird when
Robert's
channels do
still sleeping.
Oh, wow.
Well, of course, out on the West Coast, I guess it's 2 hours
Thank you,
difference.
Warlin.
Yeah, it's 2 hours difference.
that. Thank you, Warlin. I love you already, man. Forgiving and easy
Buck.
going.
Hey,
Hugger.
Buck Brown.
So,
Buck Brown. What's up, Buck Brown? The Indian man.
Yeah, he probably worked all night. He works nights, like right through the night.
Oh, Lord. Man, I wish this rain would go somewhere else.
It's dark here.
I liked your story this morning, Ray, on Hump Day Ride today. Again, a beer. Did my son get turned off?
Hey, Mac, turn down your volume just a
Y'all-
smidge. A little crackle at the end.
yeah, you're crackling up, Mike. Matt, a
Alright.
little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, turn down just a smidge. See if that fixes it.
All right, I got it down halfway.
No, it's not
Turn it
it.
down more.
It's not the volume. There's like it's in and out, and it's
Crack,
all-
crack,
in and out
crack.
even, so.
Yeah, cracking up.
Just
Yeah.
sounds a little staticky once in a while when you talk and whatever. It's nothing terrible.
Yeah. No signal this morning. I'm
it's
working under
bad.
5 megahertz upload. My upload speed is so damn low.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
That's what it is.
Yeah, all right.
If you want to pop out and try and come back in and see if it fixes it, you can do that, or just stay. There he goes.
Yeah,
You know,
pop
right.
out and come back.
And Mac don't want it. He wants you to tell him too if his crap ain't working good or if he's looking fadey, because you don't like that stuff. You don't
Yeah.
like when you lie to him either, just to keep
No,
him on.
he gets depressed, dude.
I'm like, no, Mac, you're good. You're good. Stay here, please.
You almost want to lie to him. You know?
Yeah. Well, I have, but I ain't. Like, you
Yeah.
may have faded a time or two, but it wasn't an issue. We've all done that.
Yeah.
Now, if he was totally having trouble, I'd tell him. He
I'm gonna
likes
tell him-
perfection.
I'm gonna text him and tell him to pop back in.
Yeah, please
Well, he'll
do.
pop back in as soon as he resets everything.
What'd you say? Good morning. He said, I said, stupid phone decided to say night.
Yeah, she told Kitty good night.
Oh, yeah. I know. Them damn things think we're like mumbling or something into the mic all the time. It's like, but you know, they get slow, their processors too. It's like maybe there's a cache you got to clear or whatever, because you're like, what the heck? You can sit there and watch it, talk as cleanly as you want. And then it'll try to suggest phrases and go through and then correct itself while you're sitting there watching it. Have you ever seen that do that?
I mean, having a southern twang doesn't help.
Well,
What you talk? Who got the southern thing?
But I'm normal. I came to the South from Minnesota thinking I was the normal one that talked like you're supposed to.
I didn't understand why everyone was looking at me funny when I came down to Florida.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
what
you're
is
from
it?
the North. I'm like,
Like,
what's
where
the
are you
giveaway?
from? And everyone's asking, like, where are you from? Where are you from? I'm like,
Yeah. Well, hell, everybody's in Florida from up north,
Thanks
Yeah,
for all the links out there. S and
but
S.
they all going back north because the housing market is stuck.
Oh.
You know,
it's crashing.
yeah, it's
That's
crashing
why we're
bad.
going south.
Did she have a little some things she was having? I forgot what it was, but I'm glad whatever it was for Buck Brown. Remember her mom went into to the
Mama
hospital to
Brown,
get some stuff taken care of. That's good news for you. I know that takes some pressure off.
yeah, Mama Brown was in for a procedure.
Yeah.
Glad she's doing well. Praying for Mama Brown, Buck.
Yeah,
we
but-
saw her actually on a live. Didn't we meet her a little bit like in
Yeah,
person with
we
Buck
did.
when he was over there, and Mac was talking to her, I think, too, and everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, Mac was flirting with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were having good
Yeah.
times.
Don't bring your mama around your friends.
Hardwire,
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah. Morning, Robert.
Hardwire saying good morning as well here. How you doing,
Uh-huh.
brother?
That's
My
funny.
friend. Greeny.
Hey, Brainy.
I texted Mac.
Any Sultan accent? Yeah. You betcha, eh?
Hey.
I got that. What was that, Cardi? Was that you laughing? Like, I don't know.
I said, Mac, don't
Somebody
get-
snickered on that one.
I did.
It was you, yeah. It's strong. That's how I learned. Like after being away from Minnesota for a long time, came down here. A couple years later, I'm calling home, and you hear mom and dad, and you're like, "Wow, that really does sound a little."
That's-
I don't know, like something's going on, like I don't know. So that's what I thought I was the smart normal one, I think
that's
it's just
funny,
wherever
Lord.
you go, you kind of adapt to. I've been here so long, I am contaminated with a little bit of both. Not real strong Southern sounding at all, though.
Everyone makes fun of my coffee and my water. How I say water. how I say-
Water.
Water.
all the. I guess it's the W's and the A's. I don't know.
Yeah.
My brother's the same way too, with his quarter and water.
Water. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like I'm from Manhattan. I mean, I'm 20 minutes outside, but
Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out like what languages or what things influenced that type of
dialect.
dialect. Yeah, and how it came about. Like some that we listen to when you're normal like us, sounds like you really go out of your way to speak in that manner. You're like, wow, that must be difficult. I could never try to learn that ever my whole life. You have to grow up with it.
Second nature.
Yeah.
Mine just redneck.
Minneapolis, yeah.
I can pick up Moto's accent a tiny bit. I definitely
Minnesota one.
Ray's got one.
Minnesota.
Minnesota, where they call it pop.
Yeah.
Pop.
Doesn't have an
I know. Coming down here, it's like soda. That's like soda seltzer. That's way off. Pop is
Yeah,
that is
kills me.
exact. We used to have.
People say it. Go ahead.
Yeah, we
No.
in the carnivals in the circus, we're always call it soda pop.
Soda pop. Yeah.
Yeah.
soda
You're equally yoked with everybody.
Yeah.
Soda pop.
Yeah.
Well, the soda's that the carbonation, and the pop
Yep.
is the syrup.
Okay. I didn't even know that for real. We just went straight for the syrup. If it's a little dead and flat up north, we're good with it. It's pop.
That's good. That's
Just throw ice. You'll
Yeah.
be fine.
as long as it's packed with syrup, I'm good.
Yeah. Have you
Okay.
in the syrup, please? Mr. Ray, we are only a couple hours northeast of you today, huh?
Yeah.
Travelers
Stay-
rest.
Been staying close to home.
That was one of the hardest things for me to quit was soda, and then I quit all juices. I
Yeah,
quit.
that's what get. That's
Oh
what gets me
shit! What's up,
about y'all.
Hardwire?
That's what gets me about y'all Yankees. It's either pop or soda. It's Coca-Cola, man. What you talking about?
Yeah.
The plants in Atlanta. I don't know what y'all keep calling it, soda and pop.
Yeah.
Cody Pop, Coke.
It made me
Dude,
stop.
they call everything here in New Mexico Coke. You can hand a Sprite, they want a Coke.
Coke.
Yeah. So,
So you get whatever you order. Like you may order a Coke and get a Sprite, and it's okay.
So
I
when
don't
I
know.
wanted to quit, when I got my type 1 diabetes, I had a lot of changing to do. So in order for me to really have an idea of what I was doing to myself, I took each packet of sugar, like those packets, is a gram. So in a Coca-Cola, there's 55 to 60 grams of sugar in a Coca-Cola.
yeah.
So I put a soda down and I put 55 packets of sugar sit next to it.
Yeah.
And it was disgusting, dude. It was
About that much.
It was unbelievable how big of a pile of paper packets of sugar I had sitting next to the Coca-Cola. And I never picked up another soda again. And then I quit drinking Arizona iced tea altogether. And I switched over to water only.
Water. Over the water.
Yeah,
Water.
I
water.
just caught another A. Yeah.
Yeah, water.
Oh, zoned in. Robert, there he is. Sleepyhead is up. Damn. Good to see you, man. I know you worked your head off, man. I would never.
Well, I watch a lot of food channels. They were talking the other day about Burger King, how much sugar they're putting in their meat now to make it taste good.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Or-
I'm sure they all are doing it.
Or the glue and the tape that they tape the pieces together with.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's not even go. It's so crazy. Like, what's good extras that you can put in to cut corners, all for what? Profit. And,
Yeah.
you know, that's
You know how
nuts.
How
That
many-
makes you mad when you start thinking about it.
Well,
There's so
I don't
there's-
watch TV. I watch a lot of YouTube, and I got some
Yeah.
trucking channels that I watch. I got one that hauls chickens. He said, "Man, if you ever toured a
Dude.
chicken plant, you would never eat another piece of chicken ever again."
ever again.
You mean like really just regular old solid piece of breast meat, nothing like a nugget or processed meat. You're talking
they
about.
process a live chicken to the time it gets to the supermarket.
If you watch the way cattle was processed and watered and everything else, you would never eat meat again.
Well, that's anything. Hot dogs, hamburgers, you know.
Oh, I love
It
hot
make you-
dogs.
It'll make you want to go out and kill your own food.
Yeah.
Lips
I
and
remember
ass.
they used to tell you they had rat hair in it and stuff like that. I guess because at the whatever, you might find
Oh, all these
Yeah, I was
places got rats. So
But
Yes,
yeah,
well,
even on your cans, like when you buy your canned goods, you're supposed to wipe the top off before you
Yeah.
use the opener on it because they
because
store them in.
You're allowed a certain amount. That's why you're allowed a certain amount of cockroaches in your coffee because
Oh God!
cockroaches are drawn to coffee beans and
yeah.
ground in.
Yeah, every all
Wow.
the food has got a certain amount of. It's like peanut butter. Peanut butter got
Thanks.
all kinds of crap in it. That's what them little specks of peanut butter is.
Sorry, Moto.
I've never heard of a bigger buzzkill for the coffee show than Sick Bastard just threw out there right now.
Well, when they grind the coffee, they grind everything that's in the coffee.
Oh my god.
Ground up, you'll never see it.
Yes.
If you want to go on a good diet, go watch some of these food channels how they make this stuff.
Is that a leg?
You would not want to eat.
Look.
Here we
I've
go.
had fried scorpion. I've seen how they cook in other countries. You know what? They're not dying.
No, they're not. And they're not overweight, and they don't have high cholesterol, and they
Yeah.
don't have heart
Yeah.
problems.
Well, it's
Well,
the things they do to kill those things, like the pesticides they use for mice. Even roaches get sprayed for it, and if they're getting ground, you're getting more of the chemical. Now, there's places where they eat those big old bugs, and
Yeah,
it's like a healthy thing or whatever.
yeah, Katie. Extra protein.
Yeah.
Well, that's like in Africa. I watched the show on that. They got them big old rats. They just throw in the fire and cook them and eat them.
Of what a meal costs around out here.
Of course, we eat
Definitely.
squirrels. Squirrels in the rat family.
Yeah.
And they'll eat Nutra here in the South.
Well, I got used to when I was being from Minnesota, we hunted, all the game birds, deer, and then
Yeah.
we'd go up, I had friends that went to Montana for elk and those were delicacies. When you got some of that, that was some special stuff you got,
Yeah.
and it was flavorful. Somebody worked hard for it, went and got it, hunted it, and you get used to eating all that stuff. And just like the gizzards and the hearts and the liver
Yeah.
from the poultry when you get them, or Thanksgiving and stuff, I would be in the kitchen waiting for that gizzard because that was something,
Yeah.
you
I
know.
used to I used to be a big hunter and fisherman, but about, I don't know, 8, 9 years ago, I had too many irons in the fire, and I had to give up something. So
So
I gave up
Of
hunting. But
A&W.
deer meat, we hunted deer, squirrel, hog, rabbits. I mean, that's all real meat. Wasn't no preserved. Deer meat's lean.
Yeah.
Ain't no fat in deer meat.
I got a
TMI. Exactly,
got-
Kitty.
a thing I was watching on YouTube, and what they were doing is someone was asking about the Grateful Dead and this and that and the concerts and yada yada yada. So everybody started giving suggestions on what to watch, and so she started doing the research and she started watching all the shows. And what she noticed was no one was fat.
Yeah.
Everybody in 1972 or prior was skinny. Literally. I mean, literally, dude. Everyone and I looked and I'm like, wow, she's right.
Yeah.
Everybody was skinny. Everyone.
Yeah.
And they were like, and then that made me do some more research.
There's very few.
And you know what they say? They say it's how they process and the preservatives. Like the first processed food was cornflakes. They threw this big propaganda out where slice up a banana and put it in your cornflakes. Cornflakes was the first mass-produced, cereal. Nobody said that you had to have cereal every day. It was a normal thing, I guess. You had eggs, bacon, or whatever, and yet that was your breakfast or whatever. And then it was a whole marketing campaign, and that's how the whole marketing thing took off. And from there, everybody started doing it. If it wasn't, then it went to Kellogg's, when it opened up all these other different cereals, and then there was competition, and then other foods did it, and next thing you know,
And look at all the marketing they did on the media, so that it was like, oh, this is what the housewife should do and for their family, and it's all looks fresh, and know what I'm saying? I remember like that commercial and stuff. You get ingrained to.
It could be wrong information. It doesn't matter.
You never would have thought in a million years you were getting wrong information. At least I didn't at that time. Like today, I think a lot more of us are aware of that manipulation and stuff. But
they'll try to
that was a way of life. Those were wholesome. That was a way to go. And then, we could go on and on.
It's crazy though.
About.
I was like, it went from getting into the Grateful Dead to like a totally out of the left field subject.
Yeah.
And I was but it was a good point.
Yeah.
I was like, what changed?
I watched a lot of this stuff too about like what Hardwire's talking here about. He used to pick on the vegetarians because they'd say animals shouldn't be killed for people. And I never even really heard of that too much, other than when I got into it was cancer causing. If you ever had ate, and especially red meat, so you're not supposed to, you
eat a lot of red
meat. Don't eat meat. If you went all the vegetables, which we're all told that fruits and vegetables are the healthy stuff with all the vitamins and minerals for you. And so you can go all that way, but then you can't eat no meat no more. And then they talk about what's good for the environment, Well, they actually they thought, well, the cows, because all the methane and all the stuff that they do in the water that gets spent on them and the resources.
Yeah.
And then you compare it to what actually doing a complete vegan or vegetarian, their fields and what they do and the bugs like they kill and the rodents. And so it's like,
Yeah.
neither one can justify what they're doing for some more righteous purpose, so to speak. Monleys, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for the howdy. Oh, so what are y'all eating today?
Yeah.
Who are you supporting?
All right, so in the little present thing, I put the cover for the movie I was talking about.
Okay.
See how-
Well,
Yeah, Wellville. And it's about the whole Kellogg's thing.
No kidding.
Yeah, and
I like where the strawberries are placed.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
This is healthy for you. That's healthy for you. This is what you should do. And a very side note to this movie: there's a child character, a young lady, in the earlier stages of the movie. I think.
That's a thing.
Yeah, I actually used to date her, and she's the one who made me watch it. It's a horrible movie, but she's the one that made me watch it. And since I had to watch it, I want you all to have to watch it. So,
Yeah. Got a link?
There's Savats. There's
I wouldn't
Savats.
do that at all.
They have
Heard
Monkey
that too.
do it too, but I know they have Savats do it, and it's very expensive coffee. I've had a cup.
Yeah. Then they show the elites eating the
Morning,
brains out of
James.
monkeys. So isn't that weird too? Ever see shows like that? Stuff's creepy.
Faces of Death.
Yes, stuff like that. Like that stuff it's not meant to be seen, I don't think. Good
No.
Lord.
Yeah.
Unless you grow
Yeah.
up with it, maybe, but I
Yeah.
couldn't.
I grew up with that.
That's the
Everyone-
best thing.
Yeah, those movies were like that. What was it? The Anarchist Cookbook, the poor man version of James Bond. Those kind of books too were like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Back
that's the best
then.
thing you can do. Want to be?
I'm going to get ready for the day, take some time to spread some love, peace, and happiness. That's healthy. That was a good dose of food right there. That's some
Yeah.
Some
mental,
good-
spiritual food. Thank you.
That's some good food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we were talking about, and the old curse of worrying yourself to death. I'm worrying myself. It really, and that's like true. It puts poison in your body.
Yeah.
It's like that's why. Thank
Well,
God
stress-
you can have something
stress-
else.
Yeah. Stress is
Mm.
worse sometimes
Whew.
than what you eat.
Yeah.
Yes. One of the highest causes of heart disease and everything
Yeah.
else.
So don't tell me I got cockroaches in my coffee. Sick. I'll be stressing it.
Sorry, man.
You're fine, man. I just was trying to think of a comparison real quick. I was like, yeah, God,
But well, like literally,
you're
they
really stressing it. I'm not.
they they put the beans in like a pile. It's like how many yards or tons, and they have, it's so big they have to rotate it so it doesn't cook.
Warland, now you're talking. If you never had walleye before, it's probably the best freshwater fish anyway.
Yeah.
Ooh, walleye's
Clean,
good.
yeah, tender and clean.
Really?
Hardly
Yeah.
any bones. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
good, and you won't get that nasty fish taste usually ever. I mean, you'd have to really go out of your way to eat the guts or something.
Between that and Northern Pike.
Are the
Northern-
walleyes long
A
ones?
lot of flavor.
They're long, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And they got lots of bones. They're almost impossible to clean. That's why nobody really usually keeps them. You have to be very careful eating northern pike.
Well-
And if you do figure out how to clean them, you waste a lot of their meat
Yeah.
because they got this Y bone. It's like, and it spreads out, and then they got little, I don't know. I've cleaned a lot of them. Tried to.
If this cotton picking weather don't break next Wednesday talking ride might be from the truck.
Rain and ride?
Yeah.
Rain and no ride. Rain and no ride.
No, I'm getting out in it today, man. I don't care if it stays overcast and ugly or if it pours down. Going out today.
Yeah. Y'all ever seen YouTube video of the kids saying hunters are cruel? Yeah, tell that to Ted Nugent. You shouldn't kill animals. If you want meat, just get it from the store like everyone else. Yeah, that's way better.
Mhm.
Scoop up roadkill, whatever, right?
Mm.
That was naturally done. No, that won't
I've had some
naturally either.
roadkill.
Damn car hit it.
I used to do it all the time right here in Twiggs County. Someone call in and say, I just hit a deer with my car. When I was a first responder, I get the first notification for it. So I run out there in my truck. Hey, are you okay? Are you hurt? Are y'all
Yeah.
fine? Oh, all right. Well, the deer's still alive.
Yeah.
Pop, pop. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, depends on where it got hit. Just don't eat that part.
Yeah, it smashes every
Yeah.
Cut out
the
whatever
blood,
you use. And
something with it, kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you just look at it as like tenderizer. You bring it home, you smash
No,
meat up to tenderizer.
Yeah.
even if
Yeah.
the blood gets
It's a little different because it's in a living body and what it
Gamey.
excretes, right?
yeah,
Gets gamey.
Yeah.
just put it on ice and let it bleed out.
Well, you can.
Yeah, the high fructose, you'll see that in just about everything you can. That's why corn and the farming is real big, and they're advocated to grow that. They're paid to grow that, and if you don't grow that, you're going to be in the poorhouse. Stuff that they do like that. And you don't buy our seeds. Was that Monsanto? How do you say?
Monostato.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Hardwire knows. He's on it. He knows what's up.
who does?
Hardwire.
Yeah. So we're all aware of that.
Yeah.
Want to watch a movie that goes with Kellogg's? There it was. That's when I'm a little bit
Yeah,
behind.
you're way behind.
Oh, that's my favorite
No,
videos
it's
of strawberry
fine.
milk where the kids say it's vegan milk because it comes from strawberries. I haven't
Yeah.
heard that one. So if we were healthy, we wouldn't spend all this money on healthcare. Healthcare is a big business. They don't want to. I think about that all the time. And you go and you invest in yourself and your own healthcare and like eat the right stuff.
Nobody
And they make it almost impossible now. I do realize that, air, soil, things that are contaminated and whatever. So it's like almost impossible to get, but you can take better care of yourself. It's like when you start looking at what you put in your gas tank for your vehicle, right? If you start throwing crap in there, what's it going to do to the body parts of that vehicle? They start seizing up. They ain't working that well. It's the same way for us. We're an engine. We need the proper fuel. And what better way to, make money off of sick people? When you think of that, it makes you angry and makes you want to not have that damn candy bar. But boy, they're the biggest drug dealers ever is sugar,
They
Yeah.
they need
and
to
that's legal.
they need to continue the circle and feed the wheel and have it go round and round, and the circle will continue.
Well, Buck, I never thought of that.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I always use artificial, but yeah.
Rooster liver.
Yeah.
Is amazing. Now, rooster liver is a little more tough than your chicken liver.
Bomoto. Fast and easy. Let's get out the door. Let's have a hot pocket. Or
Yeah.
Poppy tart. It's got fruit in it.
The big elites and the big
What's up, Nitro?
and the advertising, they don't want you to slow down and eat at home and cook your own meals and do any of that. They don't want you to,
Mhm.
because that's
No.
going to take time and money away from the big elites and the big
Yeah.
companies. They don't want you spending family time home cooking and doing home stuff with your family.
Yeah.
They want you out spending money or working.
That's it.
Spending it or making it.
Yeah.
There's the many days I want to move back to the 400 acres on Colorado-Kansas border or to the 40 acres the mountains and raise my own food. I know that really sounds good. Like some days I fantasize about that stuff too with your family and a few people. Let's just go sell everything, get rid of whatever we got, pull our resources together and live like freaking real humans. But like in a way, I'm kind of scared to do that, But on the other hand, like what kind of freedom would you really get from that? I'd like to have a little test run,
Yeah.
and just see. I bet we would be amazed, fresh air, working hard to do what you need to in the morning, preparing, communicating with close neighbors, and you team up all the time to take care of, like they say, the village can raise the children, right? Well, today we don't have no village really raising children, That's why you get small groups together, in a way like what Carney does a little bit, right? Do you think that's true? I'm not to pull in any of your business, but I'm just saying it's kind of what that theory is,
I mean, it's like Robert and Wannabe. They're doing their best to.
You really are. Yeah. It just gives me goosebumps. Yeah. It's like watching my daughter too. She's doing the same thing, growing gardens, got chickens back there, got a few rabbits, she's trying to get back to that, the skills and what really fulfills the void that we can create inside by not having those things in our life.
And all these towns are trying to make laws and
Yes.
rules that are trying to prevent you from having your own garden, your own water, your own hens, your own eggs, your own anything.
You need a permit to have animals here if you want,
Isn't
I
it
get
in California where they don't allow you to catch rainwater?
Yep.
There's actually a lot of states.
That was a big thing at one time that we were going to be in trouble for saving. It's like don't get caught with no dirt in your house. That's ours. I mean, that's about the same thing. Water, dirt, earth, we own that. That's not yours.
Did you buy that?
Sweep that right back out your front door. Yeah, he says SNS says they kill more animals for the organic BS than they absolutely. Yeah, so it's
if they keep eating, our food's food, our food isn't going to be able to eat neither.
Yeah. Well, I remember some people they tell that they had to do this and had to do the big farming and agriculture stuff because we got so many people and we got to feed the masses, and you get brainwashed into believing that stuff and thinking that that's why this is happening, and we just need to accept it. It's not true.
Nope.
This kid had a bottle of what, Nesquik strawberry? Yep. And he called it vegan milk because it didn't come from a cow. Hello. How nice is that?
Strawberry.
Wow.
That's the dream contracting.
That's a lost child.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, as long as he doesn't put it in milk.
Well,
About the powder.
put it in
doesn't-
coconut milk.
milk.
Yeah.
Almond milk.
Almond, coconut. Yeah. Whatever.
Then it'll be vegan.
Yeah. Yeah. And you hear about milk and what it is, and it's not really not that hot for us anyway, but somebody will dispel that information I just put out too. But all the poison and pus that you get in most of all those cows anyway, that they're farming that and they pasteurize it. Can you imagine what's done to that?
Yep.
We got a local guy here that butchers his own cows, and in 3 or 4 stores around here, he put in little coolers, and he put in, like Kim Crow up here buys all the meat. That's where we buy our meat from. It's a little more than the grocery store, but it's all natural. It ain't got all that crap. Because Katie can go to Walmart or somewhere and buy hamburger meat. It'll hurt her gut after she eats it. This doesn't, because it don't have all that crap in it.
Yeah.
But it's all grass fed.
So we're part of your food channel live now, Cooking with Carney. We were talking about how the chats and whatever how it gets kind of forced and manipulated or whatever you want to call it into its own topics out there.
Oh yeah.
And it's true, because if you're engaging with what we call our audience or whatever, our people that we're talking to, that's where you kind of need to go. And if one of us mentions something and then they jump and chime in about food and you hit somewhere home, then you're off to a good subject.
Yeah.
Like you said, laugh, Cardi. So yeah, we started out with the subject. We talked about it for about 30
For about 5 seconds.
Yeah, 5. Poof.
It's even in my description. If you want to go and check out this mental, crazy, emotional life of the Carney's ride. You know, strap on in.
That's travel. I know, man. Oh, no, it's good like that. It is good. And anybody feel free to drop links, and if anybody needs a wrench for whatever, for sharing and connecting up with other channels, I don't say those plugs much anymore, but they are kind of handy to have for sure. So just holler up at me. Let's see,
Doesn't
Bam.
What's up, Frank?
Say
There's
again?
Outlaws in Louisiana.
Oh, is he in the traveling mode right now?
He's
Yeah.
driving. He left the 26th.
He was in Texas yesterday morning.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's in Louisiana now.
Takes like a day to cross Texas. So I mean,
It's half the U.S. How you doing, Frank? Okay, SNS. Yes, I will. Sorry, I got so far behind.
it's all right. We thought Sick was doing it. That's why I didn't say
I
anything.
started and then I stopped because Outlaw started texting me.
Yeah. Let's see. Y'all need to take a realistic view of human beings and what we are and what animals are. They are meat. We are higher on the food chain. They are meant to be eaten.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. It's like crappie, nothing but bone. Yeah, yeah. Them little fish, little panfish they call them. They're okay. They're good tasting though. They're next
Yeah.
in line on the flavor.
I got a jar of them in the freezer right now.
What crappie? Yeah, a
Wanna
jar
see?
of them. How do you have a jar of crappie? What's that mean? Now we're gonna find out. I've never seen jarred crappie. I mean, I've seen it packaged and frozen, put in.
Yeah, you think the jars would break?
Yeah,
Of course, I don't know what his definition of a jar is. Could
Me
be a
neither.
plastic.
well, there we go. That was
Yeah.
so simple. So, and then
Is that
let's look through the top.
now? Is that plastic or real glass?
And that just
Real
okay.
fast.
So that's where you ain't got to put a lid on it or nothing. We're just freezing, letting the freezing stuff go up. But don't bust the glass. You got a top put on it. It's sealed, and then it's just a little bit longer processes of thawing it out, maybe. But
Now with this, you do have to keep adding water every now and then because of sublimation, which is where, because it's so cold, it evaporates the water.
so, like, if you have it in for 2 or 3 months, you need to add during those 2 or 3 months, like a
Right,
quart.
because right here,
water.
the part I'm gonna cut off anyway,
Mike.
the
How you
tip
doing?
of the tails
Yeah.
is sticking out of the ice where it wasn't when I first put it in there. That's because of sublimation.
Now that's good ice fishing right there. You're always going to catch. Good morning, Mike. How are you? Yeah, man. We watch you on Carney's quite often as well as a Mike Ball promoter.
I gotta grab a coffee, Moto. I'll be right back.
Yeah, take your time, man.
Now we got those fish, Moto. One of the last times me and Brandy went fishing,
Yeah.
we probably the time I caught that gator on the hook. In fact, a guy was leaving the fishing the river, and he had all those on a stringer. He's like, "Look, I don't feel like cleaning these, man. Y'all want them?" Yes, yes.
Yeah. Couldn't took sick with you gator hunting.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, you know, a soccer team or some type of team did that crashed in the mountains. We all saw that movie, right?
Mhm.
They're eating butt cheek straps or something like that. You know, it was horrible to have to do, but man,
I ain't going hungry.
hunger takes over. Something is passed out and I'm dead and meat's frozen. Why not? I guess. You don't know till you're there. So I'll pop back in a bit. Wannabe. Okay. We shall see you in a little bit. Thanks for stopping in. Time we got 10:21. I'll probably leave around 10:45.
Your call, brother.
Yeah. Well, work demands it's work's call. It's not my call. It is, but it ain't. I'm just trying to blame it on work. That's one of my biggest excuses. I gotta go to work.
But look where you work, man. You are literally a stone's throw from the beach. On a bad day,
Yeah.
you're at the pier fishing.
That's what. If I wanted to, I could. They got fish. We got fishing poles there. We got. I
know.
like fresh water. I've never really like gone over like the whole quarter or half a block it takes to cross the little road and boom, beach. Just to go stand out there and sit out the beach. The time I do is when I maybe get on my phone and do a little live stream or a little something and show you all around because I want to try out a live stream.
No.
That's what I did. That's the only time I did that.
It was
Go
beautiful.
ahead, Ray.
I'd have to be out there watching the girls. The heck with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Man,
See, that's
I just
why
try
you
to
don't live
keep.
near the beach, Mr. Ray.
Here's what happens. You start having fun. You start having a good time. You don't want to be there. And then when work calls, you're like, oh, man. So I just try to
Yep.
stay there, be in work mode. Don't set myself up for disappointment.
Yeah, I got you.
That's a good way to
That's
look at it.
my brain thinking. Woo! Let's see. When
Don't
I
know
was
you're missing out if you don't know you're missing out.
Yeah. When I was a security supervisor for Lockheed, I worked third shift. People would always hit deer at night. I carried a cooler in my car. My freezer stayed full of deer. Yeah, you can do that in certain places. Like Minnesota, everybody's hit a deer, and that's always on your mind. I couldn't imagine. I've never really rode motorcycle there. I've done mini bikes and snowmobiles and all that stuff, but never really on the road. That's got to be a fairly legit fear. See, salt and corn syrup and the additives are the biggest reasons I do so much cooking from scratch. Yeah, definitely. I weigh that stuff out too when I go. Like, just go home, cook your stuff, you'll be okay. Get stuff that's in the first part of the grocery store as you come in off to the right and make your circle. All your produce. You're not too bad there if you stick to Whole Foods. You be generally okay. And the extra money they want to spend for the organic is a bit of a farce too.
They put a carcass of a cow that was on organic, that was fed organically, and one that was fed that grazed, and there was more fat in the grazed. The one that was allowed to free range and graze.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
As I bought some, when I went on that, I bought some of that and had it delivered, and it just never tasted good either. For one, probably because of shipping too, but I didn't like it.
The organic,
we like what we like because we're used to the big fattened cow with all the flavor and.
Yeah, that's the thing. The fat, the flavors in the fat, and the organic cow didn't have any fat in them.
Nasty.
There was no
He
fat.
wasn't eating what he was supposed to be eating.
But it's supposed to, yeah. You get used to eating that way, we'd have been okay. But it's once you get hooked on the drug, then we'll pay for that, which is paying for sickness, and then we got to pay for the health care to take care of that. That's what we was talking earlier. It's all business.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd be trying to tell each other what's the greatest thing you could learn in school is how to treat your body, how to treat your brain, how to treat your neighbors. But they teach us all the things that are, well, eventually, if you're really smart, you're going to go to college, and then we're going to have all this. You can be a system-minded, all the whatever. So, I don't know. For it. But you can have the big boat and the cars, the fancy women, all that stuff, that they try to show you, or vice versa.
You too could have a mortgage and be in debt for 30 years.
And for all you do, this bud's for you.
Right.
For all you do. Yeah, that's right. I deserve that. I deserve a special product. Let me spend some money on a special product with a name brand, and I'll feel good. I got the best. That's some of the sickness, man. It really is. Think about your thinking sometimes, you know. I talk about it all the time. That's where my enemy lies.
Hey, you guys, don't forget you hit that like button also.
Dude, thank you so much. 10:26. We're doing good.
I hit it way before we even started.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Somebody had me in the wrong basement.
I did. Yeah, you were over there, and then you were probably texting me, and I was already talking to somebody, and I'm not paying no mind to my phone, and bad. All right, let me catch up a little bit here. Woo! Sorry if I blow through a few of your comments. I do like to sit and
If you want me to
talk
do it,
and talk to your comments, because you know you guys are the ones that we're talking to mainly. We try to. Sugar equals health issues equals medication equals fat cats. Eat like a caveman and be healthy. That's see now that's ego boosting right there. That's a way to switch some thinking. Be a caveman. Yeah, that's what I want to do. And it takes little things like that to turn your mind around. Think different. Sadly, if we had a cure for many diseases, we would never know because sickness is too big of a business. Yep. Spot on. Man, thanks for all the links. You've been hitting them out there hard.
Thank you, SNS.
Yes. Very much. See, I bet Carney meats taste like weed. What did you marinate that meat in? Bong water?
oh yeah,
Yeah. Special herbs
Kush,
and
I think it
spices.
was.
that's great.
Special herbs and spices. Ooh. Why is he called Synergy? Yep. That's a word. I own an insurance company. Let's make insurance required by law. Mm-hmm. Yep. And we'll get judges and everything else to settle the differences. Meat and rabbits. People be farming a lot of those like quails and stuff and raising their own meat. What's that little background thing? It doesn't bother me. It's all fine, but y'all hear a little background, a little like a
Yeah.
like maybe it's a wash or a dry. I don't
Turned
know.
off key fobs. Whatchamacallit?
Yeah.
Noise reduction. I turned it on. I mean,
There you
that-
go.
Yeah.
it went off.
The little
Well, I-
tools we have that can fix things instantly.
Fixed it.
Yeah.
Just fixed it.
Well, I can sit right here in my chair and shoot all the meat I want right there.
Shoot off.
Yep. Squirrels, rabbit,
Yeah.
deer,
Boom.
coyote I seen the other day.
Key fob, put your mic back on. Let's see if it fixed it.
Build another prison. You know, who's that?
wanna see if
Things
it-
like that.
Is that a pinstripe brush that you're chewing on?
I'm going to take the brush out of his mouth to tell us he's going to show us.
No, he's muted.
Oh,
He
did you
muted-
mute? I thought you just backgrounded him.
He muted himself. I adjusted his
Carney's
mic.
muted too. Why are you muted, Carney? You got something going on in the back. You can go worry about it, man.
Oh no, I'm
Okay.
just so used to clicking.
Okay, you're good, man. I just was curious. Today, I wouldn't want the village anywhere near my kids. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, villages nowadays are a little different. I don't even know who my village is. Here, a little bit.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah. Now it's gone.
Yeah.
Let's see. In reference to strawberry milk being vegan, has anybody seen the udders on a strawberry or an almond? It's utterly impossible. Utterly. Wheel burner. Good morning. Gosh, how long you been here? Probably 20 minutes ago. I'm so far behind. You know you're welcome without me saying welcome. But it's nice to hear it, isn't it? I remember when they used to say we need to conserve water because we're going to run out. And the earth is mostly water. We don't have a water problem. We have a human problem.
Salt problem.
I see Rockefeller started the oil company, then made it into medicine, then cancer, so he could make more money and make more sick. Word. Sick is a good business. And then you call yourself sick bastard. Be careful of that guy up there.
Mm.
I know it has nothing to do with that shit.
Who's that guy?
Sick.
Who's that guy?
Name yourself after sick. Sick. How did you get up with sick? I think I probably asked you that before, but you know, it's been a while. Yes, I remember that. Funny how the earth is mostly water and they scared. Yeah. Well, contamination too was a big deal. Same with the ozone later. Like we got this ozone or something that, you know, if it gets too clogged up, we're all going to fry and die.
36 more.
So, and what did they do behind those agendas? You know, made money.
Oh yeah.
And if you were on board with it, you were good. And if you had a conspiracy about it and you were the shamed one, you know,
Yeah.
because you knew the truth. Ronnie Huber. Yes, I remember that. Funny how the earth is most water and they scared we're going to run out of the water. Yeah. Let's see, Crystal Miller. You've seen the almond milk video 9 on the YouTube. Cooking with Carney, get steak on. Yep. There we go. What was that? Oh, there's a Carney. Man, I dropped that long time ago. I am behind. The price is going to be up on beef, especially since JSB. Anybody know who that is? Just got a bigger contact on out of country meat, and they are taking down most U.S. beef. Who's JSB?
No.
I'm sorry, SNS. I don't know. I saw the first few seconds. I can't believe I'm laughing so hard. I like those times. Naomi, peace. Peace, peace. Thanks for being here. I've been all over on Carney's. I know you stay busy cutting and pasting and however you're doing it. Yes, good morning, Naomi. Thank you for the good mornings. Pleased to meet you again. Maybe the first time. I don't know. Ever seen the ripple in an almond?
The
What did I miss
grooves?
out on? What's the ripple in almond thing? Nipple.
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 No. You know, something went over my head.
Oh,
Something did.
Yes, like Naomi said, hit that like button.
Thank you, Naomi. Yeah. I knew you coming out of Carney's, but thank you for hitting Carney's like her too. You know, if you're getting milk from that's not milk.
not milk. It's
It'd
not.
make funny, like when I was doing all that juicing and stuff, you get milk nut bags, right? That's what they're called, and you used to sift out
They should
the
call it
squeeze
almond-
out. Yeah, you know,
juice or something. Almond
yeah,
liquid.
making juicing too. Yeah, like kale or parsley or whatever, and you
Almond
grind it
milk.
all up and you keep the.
What makes it milk? Is it white?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's Nunya. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Probably the only one here that has 2 of those bags.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Cows have nipples, balls have nuts. To think about that for a minute. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Got that up.
Harley.
Let's see. One more serious note. If a vegan is ever coming after you, ask him if they've ever used a color. Crayons are not vegan. Nifty little fact right there. Crayola is not vegan at all. Not even. Yeah. Well, little sin's better than a whole lot of sin, right? You know, so if we're narrowing it all down, we can just ignore all that. So can you imagine trying to be perfect at something? It's never going to happen.
I'm
Just-
perfect at being
Oh,
me.
thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Say again.
I'm perfect at being me.
Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
We're-
Me too, but it ain't much.
We accept each other today mostly, right? We try to. If we're not accepting ourselves because then we think we're better. We're not really. None of us are. That's all I say is, grace of God, there goes I, Don't make me mad. Oh, would I just give you all that power? I sure did. Isn't that crazy when we do that? We don't have to ever be mad. We don't have to ever really
Yeah.
that much. Yeah.
I just got an email or a text from Sticker Mule. Get 10 temporary tattoos for $19.
There you go. Thank you, Sick. I'm hands free. We're going through comments.
Right, good.
Getting her done. Get her done. We got to get her done on the comments.
Everybody needs to read.
Whoop, dog. I know. Yeah, wheel burner. Who loves wheel burner here? I love wheel burner. Here's to you. And thanks for subbing up to Carney, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
He does lives quite often as well, and always welcome there, and always good company on the channel. And that's where I met a lot of, especially Kitty, I've known, and Crystal's over there quite some time, but she's been here as well. And there's a few people. Who's got Warland? How do we say that?
Warland.
Warland.
Not Waylon. Warland.
I know. He's okay with Waylon if I make a slip up. He's got love, grace, and mercy, and he's from Minnesota, I think, somewhere up there. Minnesota, that's where I'm from. So,
Oh yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Comes from Brown Cow. Hello, yeah. Sounds like some Napoleon Dynamite stuff. Gosh,
That's great.
oh yeah, we better catch up on the comments before
Trying.
45 comes. When 45 comes, I got to bail. Said did lasagna. Bison meat.
Bison. No shit.
You're tough, man. I love bison. That was something special to give
Hey,
you.
yes, can you go ahead and put Mike's link also? Yeah, I'm going to get going here soon also because I'm going
You set up a
to
live?
be running my live, and then I'll be watching my world news through Mike. So.
Mike, yes. I've been watching Mike. I've definitely subbed to him. I don't watch him all religiously because I don't know. I just not watch it when he's on with you too at times, but it gets to be a lot of that worldly stuff that I shut the TV off from. But at least when you're listening to people on YouTube talking about it, you're seeing what they're saying, and then you get to hear more of like what we're all thinking about those lies. And the chaos, but it takes a different world, a different mindset to have that in my brain all the time. Because it's like when it comes down to it, the awareness is great. When it comes down to it, there ain't much I can do about it. Oh yes, you can do something. You got to vote. Did you know that? You got to vote. You got a voice. They're going to take me out for saying stuff like that.
Yeah.
The whole world just heard that.
Bye, Moto. It was nice knowing you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, if you don't see me tomorrow, I'm that influential and big. Yeah, I want to get
before they take you out, can you sign the R1 over to me?
Mike Balls. I say that.
Rip that ceiling fan off the ceiling, dude. Is that what that noise is?
Yeah. What is it?
It's a ceiling fan. Rip that thing off the ceiling, bro.
Good Lord, that thing.
I built that thing. What are you talking about?
Good God, man.
I made that ceiling fan. You leave me alone.
Right, yeah.
You done it wrong.
I didn't have an instruction book, man. I just made it.
Oh, there we are. So
it's actually 3 ceiling fans built into one.
We will feature this. I do have screen share, right? So this is Mike Ball, and he has lots of subscribers. He has a good show, and I'm gonna always say it, but I'm really serious. He's got a good show, and if you want to get informed on some of the, I'm gonna let you say the plug for it because you're more educated about that, Corny, if you don't mind.
So Mike Ball does live streams his gives his narration on the world news when it comes
There you go.
because everything is running live, breaking news, everything. So he's. I mean, I've been following him. If any of you guys ever follow Black Dragon, that's how I got introduced that way.
Never heard
And
of
like I said, it for me when it comes to news, I like to know who I'm listening to the news from.
Yeah, what perspective it's coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black Dragon lives about 10 miles from me.
No kidding.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. So you know where the dragon layer is. Nice.
Yep.
Well, I'm getting the Mike Ball link here ready on my list of
Morning, Randy Rides.
people to put links out there for. So I do drop links too, not as much as often. I got lazy, I guess.
Yeah, if you
Kind of
guys,
smoky spaceman. What's up?
if you guys want
Insane Wheels.
all the only way they can read they were getting confused about the comments. So the comments will go up on the
I
screen.
always do. I know.
But depends on whose channel you're coming through. If you can
Yes.
read the comments.
This is the coffee show right here where you're at. When Carney comes on here for say, or anybody else that's on the panel, they can stream this show to their channel so that their channel members will be alerted that Carney is on this coffee show. So when you enter that chat, you're on Carney's channel and with the people that are watching Carney on this show. So we all have separate little groups of. I probably didn't need to explain all that, but
That's all right.
sometimes
But the nice thing is, all of us on panel get to see all the comments from everybody from all the channels.
that's why I try to. Yeah, we do. Both of us try to pop everything up so you're informed who's saying what from where and get to meet people. It separates us a little bit, but it's still worthy to do.
Yeah, it unites us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, who's that?
I just subscribed to his channel on both of my channels,
Yeah.
so he just got 2 more
Yeah.
subscribers.
Oh, I appreciate it. Much love.
Yeah, so if you get wrenches, you get links, you can drop your own, and we can cross contaminate our audiences, you know. So if
Yeah.
nothing else, if something I do alerts you of say Ray's channel or Carney's or
Mm-hmm.
Sick or whoever's up here, you know, you
Yeah.
remember them too, and you go over there. So
Yeah.
it's all good. We're just community people having a good time, and it's not a
Yeah.
big deal.
Moto King.
Nah.
This is only
I'm surprised Sick isn't running his channel and sharing his audience the same way, because that
could.
would have been, you know, another channel also.
He
There's a,
sacrifices. He bites the bullet for me.
Okay.
You can tell him.
go ahead, Mo. You tell. I'm gonna get through the comments.
On StreamYard, you can have, and you probably know Carney.
Yeah, your mods.
Yeah.
Well, you have a member that is
Mhm.
for your channel that can help you. He's in my studio right now. It's why he can do the control the, and when he does that, he doesn't get to broadcast. I don't know why they can't make that happen because he's part of
It's so
a person
weird.
on my channel. So that's what it is. So when I go over there, and I don't care too much about that really. I mean, I need them. I need to have them, but I do plenty on my own. So when I take time and help Sick or vice versa, he does more for me than I do for him, but you don't have to. You don't have to ever.
All right.
What he does, he just like being.
I enjoy it. I have a good time.
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But it's nice to have somebody, Carney, and you know, sometimes you get like, you get more people than I do, I think, and likes and commenters and audience. It's good
I
to.
know he gets more views than I get.
And that's usually why my head's so close to the camera, because I'm trying to see because I'm blind.
I thought you were trying to look into my red, bloody shot eyes.
Yeah, you got to go up there with the cool mirror shades. Speaking of which, I hope our lovely Sterling Wheel is doing well. I miss seeing Sterling.
Yes, I have to make sure I'm subscribed to everybody.
Look at that. You are the last comment on Go Fast Racing. You would rather give the stuff to me than bother selling it. So far, I've lost all the connections before that. I couldn't read that fast. Who's this? Is this somebody in let's say we are
No, are we not?
I
Man?
remember that. I've talked to him a little bit before in your chat, I believe.
Yeah,
Yep, trying not
he's
to-
always giving me
Good
shit
morning.
about running my mic and stuff.
Yeah. Running it. What do you mean? Like,
Because normally I'll sit there and just run off of just the laptop. I wouldn't have my boom mic on and
yeah.
do all this. I'm like, I'm lazy. I don't want to pull everything out.
Yeah. Switch. Stop it, Dean. You know where I go when I hear stuff like
I know
that.
where you're going.
Brain goes right there. Yeah.
Don't even- All right, you're so
Terrible. I'm like a child still. I really am.
4 years old.
That's why I get so surprised when I look in the mirror and go, really? You're supposed to be an adult? I kind of look like one, like an
find
older
myself
one
saying-
right now.
I say that to myself a lot. I'm like, you're such a child. I'm like, yeah, I am. Absolutely, I'm a child. Giant man child.
Yeah. Quick break from mower. Hello, all. Oh, you've been mowing, huh? Well, at least you're not snow blowing, because
You took too far.
that was last week's story.
Yeah, that was last week's.
It's
You know-
Nova Scotia. Okay.
Memorial Day weekend, there was snow blowing one of the passes through Colorado. I saw on the news.
Ouch.
Yeah, with the I mean, not the small ones, the ones that are attached to the trucks, the machines.
Yeah.
How much snow they got?
You doing 2-4? You know 2-4 yet, Carney?
I've seen him in the
A
chat.
little bit heavy, yeah. I'll drop your link if you ever want to sub up there. 2-4. A lot of us that are there are here, and here are there, and we're with you, and you're with them, and we're all. Isn't that a song? Beatles? Something?
Yeah,
You
I am you and you are him,
That's it.
and we are all together.
Yeah, I love it. We groove right into that. That's good. Timber producer, I can't help it. Are we not? Man,
That's why.
awesome.
Yeah. And like I said, he always gives me shit. He's like,
Yeah.
dude, your mic. I'm like, I'm lazy.
Well, you got somebody there helping in our weak spots at times, to
Yeah.
motivate us,
Yeah.
and it's okay.
Starting to
That's
sound
it.
like my wife.
Yeah. Hear that wonk, wonk, wonk. We need that from Charlie Brown Peanuts when they all hear their adults talking. It's all walk, 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 walk. Like I ain't paying no mind to it. It's a kid's
Oh,
world,
yeah.
you know.
That link right here is Dr. Harley. He's awesome too.
Yep, we know.
And
I think most of
who was
Go
the
ahead.
one guy that talked like that all the time though? There was one. Was it
Charlie Brown, the Peanuts,
yeah, in the Peanuts, there was one dude that
the teacher.
The teacher, was it the teacher?
It was
That's crazy.
anybody from Minnesota should be able to answer that one.
Yeah, we look forward to those because you had 3 channels back in the day, and when you had a special during around Christmas time or something, you got Peanuts on, you got cartoons as a kid. You were thankful. Now they're ready, available for anybody at any time. Cartoons, but cartoons were life when you were a kid. For me, it was anyway, and I wanted
Well,
to
the
see
creator of
those.
the Peanuts was from Minnesota. That's why they have all the peanuts over at the
Yeah.
Minnesota State Fairgrounds all over the place.
Ah, you know more about my own state than I do. Well, I only lived there for
Oh, of course, I'm going to know the fairgrounds.
8. Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Twin
You know a lot of
Cities.
states.
When it comes to all the midways and everything, the histories. There's
Midway.
histories that people don't even know about.
Yeah. Yeah, actual history that probably, makes a difference. Some of the history
stuff
that we were
that's-
taught.
the stuff that's all the way, on the midway where, wow, I never knew that happened there.
Yeah. There's Wheel Burners. Wheel Burner, did you copy? Did I make you? I didn't make you do nothing, but make you have to drop your own damn link here. I got the stuff and I haven't been
Okay.
doing it. I got you anyway. So I didn't want to feel bad. I did that for me, you know. I didn't want to feel bad. I forgot. We'll get Sterling's out there too. He's got a couple. He needs some. Not that he needs, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind the support. I love and miss him. I love and miss him. That's a good gas pastor live. A lot of fun, entertainment, enjoyment. Plus, he's a good dude.
I'm so happy Desert Outlaws coming to Florida.
I know.
I really am. I don't think he realizes. I kept my mouth shut the whole time. It was so
Yeah.
hard secret. Oh,
I think he wanted to keep that.
Florida. He's coming to Florida.
I'd probably make a video. It would be much easier to explain. Show and tell. Yeah. Here we are. Sunday morning cartoons from 9 a.m. till noon. You would wait a week. I know exactly, Wheel Burner. That's what I was going to put on. You had to wait till the weekend. You had to wait. And if you got some stuff on a Thursday or whatever because of holidays and specials, that was a big deal.
Oh, I remember those morning cartoons right before school.
Yeah.
Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah. Yeah. That would happen, I think, once. We always like to go, you know, I lived in the country, and the ones kids that were in the town, they had some cable. So it was always good when you could stay overnight or hang out with them. It's all good. Yeah, no, you should. Thank you. I get
Well,
distracted.
If y'all want to get a laugh,
Yeah.
starting tomorrow is going to be my 5-video series on Georgia meetup.
Oh,
It's
Okay.
tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. I skipped Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So
we gotta get raised.
y'all can just watch it. That's that dumb song, but you know.
I know. But you're so loved. It's all good anyway. Let's see. Where's Keith Bob? Maybe see the. I'll put some
Well,
Keith.
everybody can't make good videos. There always got to be somebody like me that makes crappy ass videos. So
And their love for it. They're not crappy ass, but I'm just saying your love for whatever you're doing, and they're not crappy. I wasn't agreeing to that part of it.
I don't.
You say that. I think we all say that sometimes about ourselves. I don't know. I get some that I think are really good. Like your views are low.
I personally would like to see more of the gorilla popping up here and there, just randomly. But
Yeah.
I also know it's summer in the South, so
The Magrilla.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
He
I
had
love
the
it. Just saying.
attitude and sarcasm, didn't he? Go ahead, Ray.
What Magrilla?
The gorilla mask.
Oh,
The gorilla, yeah. The guitar playing gorilla. Now go grab your guitar.
So
Get a
that means
drum.
the gorilla needs to be showing up on somebody's
Ooh,
ride.
you guys, you let me go way over my time. It's 10:54.
That's
I
all
told you
right.
10
Come
minutes
on.
ago.
Well, we got the gorilla coming up, so we're not. There you go. You got that?
No, I tried to.
Well, here, I'll get it.
Okay.
We'll
Thank
just
you.
go that way and then that way.
Yeah, that's one of
Yeah.
them.
Thank you.
Click and drag, click and drag. Can you imagine going down the road seeing that? That's a
Oh,
helmet, right?
God.
Gorillas don't have to wear a helmet.
Holy crap.
That's freaking great.
That is awesome. That is the best thing I've ever seen.
Oh,
Throw one of those little
keep up paying attention.
and you got it. You got it. Just throw
That
that
is
into a
great.
clip.
All right. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to hit the old end stream. I got one more tomorrow if you guys want to meet up and do this again. And then Sick Bastard will be Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow evening. I'll restream that one. Like if you're already setting up a live ahead of time on these Carney, you could be doing that. And then we could like the audience go poof right on over to you. Something you can try one time for fun to see if it works.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I'm going to be
That's what we did.
jumping, starting up here.
But you
So
be like, that's too much work. I'm lazy. I don't want to do that. Like, there's my hint. You told me that earlier, but you know, you might get a wild hair up, you know. Let's
So
try.
yeah, I'm about to go set up and get ready for another show.
All right. So go visit Carney. I can't restream you over there today, but maybe someday we'll try it. If not, just
Yeah,
go
we
on over
will.
there. You know him. He's here. You need the link? Let's get the link out there one more time. So you
Oh,
get a
yeah.
last minute linker. And
You guys,
you'll see him in 5 minutes.
it's always good to have coffee with friends, man.
Man,
Yeah, man.
means a
You
lot,
guys have a
especially
good
to
one.
have some new people on board. Appreciate you, man. Love and peace. Bye.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for having a wonderful coffee with me, man. It is much greatly appreciated. I think we started the day off right, so just we'll love on your peeps. Tell your friends you love them. Tell your family you love them, and just go out, have the best day you can. Spread it out there. We'll see you again soon. Bye.